Hey E3 Off-Road and Overland members, welcome back. Today we're in the E3 Aviation hangar and we pulled the Jeep in because today we're going to be changing out these rock sliders for actually steps. And why? Because these steps are no longer working, these rock slider steps. These are kind of cool steps. I'm going to talk about what we like, what we don't like about them. But we decided that instead of having the rock slider steps, we're going to change out to just fixed steps. So let me talk to you about these. These are the existing rock sliders we've had for years, and the steps go in and out. They're pretty cool when you open and close the door, but they're not working anymore. So we're gonna go ahead and replace these for these. I have no idea what's in this box, but let's open it up and get started. Hey everybody, welcome back. Let me tell you about this box. I have no idea what's inside this box. I don't even know what this logo is, and I just looked at the end and it's called N Fab. So why don't I know? Because I asked my wife to just go buy what she likes. I know that they're just steps, but I have no idea what they look like, and she just bought them. So we're gonna open this up for the first time. I'm gonna actually see these for the first time to be able to go ahead and install these. So let's start by at least getting this box open. Let's take a look at them and figure out what we need for tools to go ahead and install these. Well, they're open steps. I'm not sure if I like that or not. Again, I just told my wife to pick what she likes, so let's see what we got here. All right, so we got them all out. Here they are. This is the first time that I'm seeing them. I mean, they look pretty cool at first glance. I can tell you that these are very light. I'm not sure if that's good or bad. I know when we did the Tacoma build, we had some really solid rock sliders on there and they were really heavy. I couldn't even lift them up like this. So these are obviously pretty light. I think it's pretty clear that if you think you're gonna go rock crawling with this, or these are rock sliders, obviously they're not, they're just steps. It's a pretty good chance if you hit these, they're probably gonna rip right off or get pretty damaged. But this is what they are. This is what my wife wanted, so we're gonna try them out for a while. We'll see if we like them. If we don't, we'll take them off and put something else on. Pretty extensive install instructions. They are, that's it. So pretty self-explanatory. Of course, we got the bolts. Two go in here, two go in here, and you'll see when we get underneath the Jeep here that it's pretty self-explanatory. I got the impact wrench ready. Got some Loctite that we'll put on these, and not much to say. I mean, they look like they're pretty simple install. So first thing we're gonna do is we'll talk about the tools real quick. We'll talk about what we got for a setup here. So it seems like a pretty simple install. So let's go ahead and get the ball rolling. I'm gonna get these out of the way. We'll get the old ones off. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get the ball rolling here. This is a pretty easy install. All I need is an impact wrench with a number 13 on here. I do have some Loctite and stuff here set up, but that's all we need. So to get these off, I mean, these are actually pretty heavy, and this is the one that has the double steel on them. So we have this really cool jack that we have in the hangar here for doing different projects and stuff. It'll hold like 1,500 pounds, but I'm just gonna keep it here to keep the pressure off, so as I take all the bolts out, then I can just lower it down and not be killing myself. So the way these work is there's a little magnetic sensor inside here. When you open the door, it kicks the sensor and then the steps come down. I have it held in there right now with a screwdriver, but that's how they work. So there is electric and all kinds of stuff in here. I'm just going to cut the wires. I'm not going to bore you guys today pulling all the electric out, but really just want to get these off and get these replaced for a trip we got coming up. So let's go ahead and get started. First thing we're doing is we're going to get these middle bolts off first so that I can put the jack here. All right, so now I'm going to put this jack up underneath here. Now that I got those out, just to help me keep it up into place. Looks like we got 4 bolts on each end, 2 in the middle. Hopefully that's just going to come down. All right, so we got the outer shell down. So how this works is these are their standard slides that you can see here. And then you can see this is an upgraded piece. So if you're going to really do hardcore rock crawling, you want to get this upgraded piece. But without it, then that's what the normal standard ones look like. So that's that. Let's get this down. This is a little bit of Moab dirt right there. Moab, southern Utah. It's everywhere in this Jeep. It doesn't come out. It's like concrete. Once it gets in, it's part of it. It's done. Cool. So this one installed a little differently because these are, remember putting these in, they got these 6 bolts that go into the frame there. And then you bolt from underneath on the ends in the middle straight up into the frame. So it's kind of on the body and the frame. The one we're doing is not the same way. It's a little bit simpler. But again, this was made to be rock crawling and sliding on rocks. The other ones are really just steps. So one down. There's not much that has to happen here. So check things out. So obviously we got 4 bolts each going here. These are going up in there, but I noticed this is awful loose. Guess I'm gonna have to tighten that up. Those are the old ones. I'm wondering if those stay on there or we take them off. They're not doing anything, so I think I'm gonna take them off. So take those off and then run these up. Or else we're gonna see these, they're gonna be ugly. So we wanna get rid of those. Here's also from Moab too. Couple sliding off a little cliff. We got caught out by dinosaur tracks. We went off a little cliff we thought was not a cliff, but it was 5 feet. And then the whole bottom of this, we just slid right off it. Anyway, let's get those pieces off and we'll get this installed. So I'm taking these brackets off because these slide in right with the big bolts that go into the frame. So from the frame to the body, these big giant bolts, I got the impact wrench. These are for the old rock sliders because they needed that little extra connection. So I'm going to take these off, get this bracket out of here, and then put these big bolts back in. Okay. All right, so this should be way easier than the old ones because again, they're not rock sliders, they're steps. So we basically are going to put these up, and then we've got these bolts going up here. Got a washer on here, and then we keep these loose until we get these on. Now we can't get the impact wrench in here, so we'll get these all up there loose, get all those bolts in place, and take it from there. There we go. Having these are awesome. Use this stuff all the time. So first thing I'm doing is just getting the bolts that go up inside to the frame on first, just to keep this all up tight, and then I get the other bolts in there. I can get rid of the jack. So I'm keeping these loose because you got to be able to slide this around and move it around to get these other bolts in. Get this one in and I can get rid of the jack. Gotta have my snap-on tools. All right. Now we can drop this jack. Get that out of the way. So that's how easy these are going to be. 2 bolts here, 2 bolts there. Well, it looks like we're going to jack this one up a little because it's not lining up. So here they are, simple install. They're pretty clean, pretty simple. We can clean around it pretty good when we're, you know, washing the car and stuff. They weren't really heavy, they're pretty light. And we'll let you guys know how they do in a couple of weeks. We'll check back with you. So hopefully you enjoyed this. Please like, subscribe, and make sure you make some comments about it, or give us some more suggestions or other rock sliders you'd love to see us install. But we'd love to get your information. So till next time, we'll see y'all later.